Peace. What's up, family? Peace. What's going on, everybody?
What's going on, everybody? Episode 5.
Agree to disagree. Still the same title.
For now.
Episode 5.
Cinco.
Celebration of episode 5.
Drinking Corona. Not the coronavirus. Corona beer.
Hey, it may be the same according to what everybody else is saying.
You know what the crazy thing is? Like, their sales is down like a motherfucker. Because these fucking idiots are not fucking buying Corona beer because of the coronavirus.
Just because the name sound the same. But that just goes to show a little bit how name affiliation, you know what I mean, stirs public opinion and stuff.
Absolutely.
It can have nothing to do with it, but if it shares the same name, stocks and things go down because everybody's scared. You know what I mean? They don't want to touch it. So this episode, we talking about coronavirus. Is it real? Is it population control? Let's just get into it, because now, today, Friday, everything's shut down. The schools are suspended.
Yes.
Sports is now suspended.
Like, what the fuck?
I'm sure it's going to lead to other things, businesses and stuff being closed down.
Oh, yeah.
Possibly martial law? I don't know what's coming.
I think that the only way that they're going to, first of all, it's unprecedented. I mean, the only other time where like all sports was canceled to this level, the stock market crashing, everything that we've seen over the last couple of weeks was the immediate aftermath of September 11th.
Right,
That's the only other fucking time.
Right.
And like the NBA, once again, shout out to the NBA for being the leaders, for saying, you know what, fuck that. They were the first one to say they were going to play without fans. And then as soon as one of their players, that's what I'm saying. One of their fucking players.
If they players didn't get it, would they have canceled it? They would have been playing in empty arenas, which I've been with props for. But if Rudy Gobert didn't get it, do you think they still would have canceled?
I think they would have had it, because
eventually. I don't think that.
Maybe they wouldn't have got it that night, obviously. I mean, because
they started playing the last game that night.
No, yeah, they played
and then they stopped it.
And then they stopped it because once they tested positive, and it's crazy because he was the one who was making fun of it.
Right.
At the press conference, he was touching the mics, rubbing on the tables and everything else. And from what has come out since from Utah, like he was going around and touching other players' faces or whatever the case may be, and he gave it to Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, so
and then did you see that he texted "my bad, LOL" on Twitter?
Yeah,
you did see that, because that's an important factor.
Oh, yeah.
He has now made an apology, a real one.
Yes.
But the first thing, it was like, "Oops, my bad, LOL."
Right.
It's very important to me, because everyone's thinking the importance of this coronavirus is deadly. Is it not? Perfect example. I asked somebody else. If you find out you had HIV or some virus that was deadly, you're not going to tweet anything LOL about it, correct? Nothing's funny about it. Nothing is funny. If you found, let's just keep it on that road. You find out you had something that's deadly. So for this man to say, okay, I got it, and to tweet LOL, I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying it's not as serious to the degree that everybody's making it. But doctors have even said more people have died from flu from this.
A lot more.
I'm not saying don't be concerned, because it is new. But the way the media is going about it is ridiculous.
Yeah, but like
it's ridiculous.
What it is like, it's only dangerous to like older people and people whose
immune systems are weak.
Is like weak or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they're more susceptible to die from it or whatever.
Right.
But like, I mean, this has already had economic impact.
Yes,
to
absolutely.
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 There's hundreds of millions of dollars that are lost every single day. The stock market went down, like, it went up today, but like that shit went down like it was crazy. People, to the point that those of you don't know. So if the stock market crashes, like if it goes down to like 7%, they immediately halt trading for 15 minutes. Okay, because people were panicking and they're like, to calm down, relax, because it could cause crazy shit. People to kill themselves and stuff like that, because like they're invested like whatever amount of money, right?
Absolutely.
And quickly, all the employees. The fucked up thing is the NBA owners, the players, they're rich. They're millionaires. You know what I mean? Those contracts are guaranteed. The players are still going to get paid. The owners are still rich. All the employees in all these arenas that are now not working for the foreseeable future. Right. You know what I mean? Shout out to Mark Cuban. He said he was still going to pay everybody. Golden State said they were still going to pay everybody. Zion pledged. I think Zion
said he's paying for everybody
Kevin,
in a month.
Right. Kevin Love pledged $100,000.
But
you know what I mean?
It just takes heart, because if everybody gave a little bit, we can do so much. You feel me? If everybody gave a little bit, but the rich people, they okay. What about us? Like, for example, the schools are shut down.
Yes.
I don't have nowhere to send my kids now.
Right.
So how is that going to affect me going to work, knowing my kids alone? Are they going to let me bring my kid to work with me? You know, that might help, but this is uncharted territory. So how are we going to maneuver through this? You know
I think that it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay? Because, like, every day there's more and more cases of it. And it spreads so easily. And the unfortunate part is that we have a fucking jackass that lives in the White House who had a press conference today who still refuses to tell people, yo, go get yourself fucking tested. Go to the hospital. It takes a couple of hours. You get yourself tested. You're cool. What they should have done, they saw this shit happening in China. That shit was widespread in China. It's widespread in Italy. So what they did in Italy was they sealed off the entire country. Mm-hmm. Okay? Nobody's going to work. Everybody, whether you have it, whether you don't, is under quarantine. Okay? And what Italy government has done, nobody has to pay mortgage payments. Nobody has to pay car payments. Nobody has to pay anything in Italy.
Everything is suspended.
Everything is suspended. Now they're not forgiving anything. Once this epidemic is over, whatever the case may be, they go back to life normal. Right. They just go back and pick it up. But like whatever month or 2 months or whatever it is, they don't have to pay shit. So
that's
they're going to have
sense. They should do that everywhere.
They're going to have to do that here and the only way to truly contain it, and we started doing so, okay, is suspending air travel. You just have to ground all flights for like a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? They already did. Nobody could come in here from Europe. My friend just went to Israel on Tuesday. As soon as he landed, he went into quarantine for 2 weeks. He can't see his family. He can't do shit. They can't go. Yo, I talked to him today. His kids are not allowed to go outside the house. And there is
over the flu.
Yeah,
an unknown type of flu.
An unknown type of flu. Listen, do I think it's overhyped? I think it's overhyped. I don't think.
I just don't like how they dragging it. Because think about this. We all know Ebola. They did it. All of the natural disasters. I'm getting there. I'm with you. But I'm just saying they did it with every. I'm not gonna say election there because it was years. It was an election year, but every couple years or so, it was a massive outbreak of this or that. Remember anthrax? Don't open your mail. Remember this. Mm-hmm. To me, on my side, I feel like those were test runs. You know what I mean? Yeah. What? Yeah. But think about it. Let's put that out there. Let's see what the scare is. It didn't last long. Like, you're getting people minds susceptible to shit. Now, even now, there's a lot of doubt that this shit is really real over the masses. Right. But the way that the media and the government is dragging this one, it's like, you know what? This the one we're going to do to make the whole world change. We're going to run with this lie.
Well, listen, if they did nothing else, everybody's washing their hands. Like, I don't know why the fuck y'all wasn't washing your hands before. Okay? But everybody is washing their hands now, yo. Like, what the fuck? And then everyone, I saw somebody on the train this morning, but I knew, I was like, hey, how you doing? I'm about to go shake it. He's like,
right, the elbow.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Like, the fuck? Like, get out of here. You know what I mean?
You see people now, you see how they look at people when people start coughing heavy,
right?
Like, I'm looking too, though. Listen, I may not be all in belief of it, but I'm always aware. You know what I mean? I always try to tell my kids to be safe, because you never know. I don't even want them to even have a cold or a degree to where I got to take them to get them checked. Right. Because I don't want them nothing around nothing. But I am mindful. Somebody coughing crazy. It was a guy I was playing poker with at the casino. Real red and was coughing. And I'm like, yo, I'm about to move this table, man.
How much of degenerates are we? I mean, seriously. Okay? They're supposed to, they're talking about standing 8 feet, 10 feet from each other.
But that goes to show.
We went last night. We locked ourselves in fucking, in rivers for 5 hours with a bunch of fucking
people from everywhere.
You know, and there was something, I don't know if you know, there was people on my table wearing like
Oh yeah, gloves. I had a couple guys
yeah,
wearing gloves. But that goes to the extent how people are careful throwing away, but they don't believe this is as serious as it is. But why is the government making it this serious? Do you think there's an agenda?
I think there's an agenda, true, but I think that the government around the world are making it serious. I don't think that this government is making it enough.
I read in Hong Kong, Kim Jong,
North
whatever
Korea.
his name, North Korea. Okay, help me out. You knew politics. Somebody had it. He
Okay.
killed them.
Yes.
Did you read that?
That was
somebody had the corona.
I didn't read that motherfucker. Crazy.
I read the article. And so they could keep it contaminated and out of they shit. They killed the dude.
That's right.
That's crazy.
That motherfucker killed like his brother-in-law.
Yo.
Because like they
That's
test
insane.
fired a missile like a couple years ago and the shit like misfired. He killed him. Like he literally just fucking killed him. I was like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? And then this is the one question. I mean, I know it's kind of a serious thing, but this is the question I cannot figure out. For the life of me, I cannot figure it out. Why the fuck do people are buying toilet paper in like them big ass fuck, like 3 or 4 the motherfuckers, that shit, what do you want to sick of this diarrhea? The fuck is y'all doing, man? Okay, we're gonna be home for like 2 weeks. If they shut down the whole country, we're gonna be home for 2 weeks. These motherfuckers are buying enough toilet paper to last for the next 2 years. Like, I don't understand this shit.
I don't know, man. I don't know, but it's brainwashing again. Like people are so scared. I'm not saying don't do research, but you got doctors that's telling you it's not that serious. Just use your common sense.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got Dr. Oz. You got all regular doctors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just saying be cautious, wash your hands and stuff like that until they get a grip on it. But I feel like if it was that serious, it should have been tanks out here. Everybody should be closed down.
Oh yeah, but
you know what I mean? But I think it's an
problem,
agenda, though. I'm trying, like, I want to go outside of that realm. Like,
you know
what next? You know what I mean? And are they going to use Trump as the GOAT? Oh, he didn't react fast enough, or this or that. Or is he going to fix it in a few weeks?
No,
and then they give him the praise, and that helps with his election for this year.
I think that if nothing else through these last 4 years proved to you that this guy is a complete fucking jackass, these last 2 weeks are complete, it just proves it beyond belief. And there is a good chance, there is a chance, a far decent chance that he might have it. He won't get tested, okay? And he was with the Brazilian fucking president.
Right, I read that, and he
has it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So like, yo, but like you know what I mean? Like to me, listen, let's put the fact of how I feel about him personally aside, okay? But you're the
president. Are you able to do that?
Not really. But I'm gonna try.
All right.
I'm gonna try, okay? Because remember, there's no such thing as 4-5, 44, 46. But whatever, we'll get that after that. But no, but listen, right, for real. Like, a president, whether it's a made-up crisis, whether it's a legit crisis, is supposed to be able to calm us down.
Right.
To tell us.
Lead.
To lead. To be like, yo, man, listen. You know what I mean? Like what I would do
I'm
if I was
going to get tested. Everyone else should get tested.
I'm going to go
Let's
get tested.
on top of it.
Let's open up. I mean, now they can do it because like now they shut down all the schools virtually in the whole fucking country.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So they can use the school gymnasium as testing centers. You know what I mean? As testing zone. Then just go over there and whatever the case may be, and then go from there.
Okay. Let me take it to a step further.
All right.
Because I don't go all the way hard on there because we're kind of like a duo show, as I would if I'm just in my solo, you know,
like the other
type of
podcast
shit.
that you have.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my people. You feel me? But what about the ones who, like myself, are like, listen, the plan is not in the coronavirus. It's in what's coming after, what is the vaccinations, the come down here, the treatments. You know what I'm saying? Come down here, everybody get tested. Let's take your blood or put something in your blood down here at these camps and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
I think that's a little bit far-fetched.
What do you mean? This is far. For them to act like this over the fucking this virus.
Listen, I mean,
you closing schools.
I think it's. I think you're closing. But
you closing economies.
Like,
you're
shutting. We were talking about it last night, at the poker table, and the one guy was saying, well, you know, this is a part of the whole grand plan, and this is why there's a space force, and this is why there's this, and this is why there's that, and all these different things.
Oh, I would have liked to talk to him.
But you know, it's hard for me to believe that literally the whole fucking world is in on it.
Just need the leaders.
You know what I mean?
Russia and all of them, like an episode of X-Men. You know, you need all the world leaders to say, remember that new one world order thing we were talking about? Right. Oh, there's a book, by the way, that's floating around by the name, if I got it right, Sylvia Brown. Look it up, and there's a page where she predict, again, Simpsons, 2020. In 2020, there will be a mass pandemic. This book was written years ago.
Okay.
In 2020, mass pandemic. I can show you on IG if I wasn't using my phone to record it. You can use your phone, but I'll show you it. But there's a book. In 2020, there will be a mass pandemic that spreads around, and it's gonna it's gonna be a lung infection thing passing around. It's gonna last for about a month or two, then it's gonna stop, and then it's gonna come back again in 10 years, and then suddenly stop. Another thing of mass control. Now, this book was written, you know what I mean? I think it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 80, 81, something like that.
30 years ago.
80. Yeah, maybe 30 years ago, maybe more. But it's like all of this information is coming out, and it's like, yo, everybody is doubtful. There's a plan. They're overboard, but they just keep running with it. They're like, we shutting everything down. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Like, something's coming, bro. Right. First, we're going to have to be in the house, curfew, maybe martial law, maybe FEMA camps. But one thing that I'm not doing is I'm not going to get no vaccination for this thing because I don't have it. My immune system is fine. My kids are fine. I'm not putting nothing new in me. I don't have it now. Yes.
Yeah,
knock on wood. Knock on wood. Let's get it right. Yeah, for real.
But I'm saying, like,
because I'm not saying if I had it, I'm just walking around.
Don't like if all of a sudden, I'm not, for real, like, in all seriousness, if all of a sudden, you know, people start getting sick or they feel the flu or whatever, don't dismiss that shit.
True.
Like, go get yourself fucking tested, because never mind what it does to you, you could inadvertently affect
we don't know what's going on.
Affect you,
and let's get to the point. This could very much be, it definitely is a man-made virus. This is man-made.
Oh yeah,
there's no doubt. I don't even need to see a report.
That came out today.
Most of the viruses out there now are man-made, military, whatever. They messing with stuff. This is man-made.
There was an internet report that it accidentally escaped from a China lab. You know what I mean? Now, how true or not true that is, you know what I mean? That remains to be seen, or whatever the case may be. But
you know what I'm saying?
Listen, like I said, it's through all of these episodes that we have had up until now. Okay, we have always said that, like, we think along I just don't go all the way there with you. You know what I mean? They raise like a football field. You fucking running to the fucking
You damn right.
I'm chilling in like a 40-yard line. I ain't waiting down
I'm
the
in the
field
end zone until you show me
I
otherwise.
ain't waiting down the field with you, but I went out of bounds at the fucking 40-yard line. And I'm just thinking,
I can't go.
I got a first down. I can get to the end zone. I can get to the fucking end zone. It's first down, but I'm at the 40. I'm chilling at the 40.
Tyreek Hill, baby. I'm going for the long ball on every fucking play.
Tyreek Hill costs me money, man.
Every play. But nah, man, like, it's just, what's more serious than the disease or the virus or what they're saying is what they're doing. You know what I mean? Right. And the fact that we don't know is what got people scared. Right. Yeah, because doctors are saying, 6,000 people died from the flu this year alone. Okay, which is more than that. 60 or 60,
48,000.
60, somewhere in that number. Way more people than from this virus. But because we're familiar with the flu, because we've had it before. You understand? We are not as scared. We don't pay attention to those numbers when that's a way bigger problem. You know what I'm saying? So things we're just not familiar with creates fear. And the media helps it along.
They fuel it.
You know what I mean? If y'all turn most people, if y'all turn y'all TVs off, real talk, for the next 2 weeks and just try to move along accordingly how you regularly move, you probably wouldn't be as panicky or whatever the case may be. You might not even run into nothing, you know, unless the government does something for the world. But I'm just saying that doesn't help. Yeah. You know what I mean? Use your common sense, use logic. of course, try to find out what you can about it. But once you find out that it's just, cold or flu and you got to have an immune system, all right, start protecting your immune system now.
Right.
Start putting your supplements in. You
Yes.
start putting your elderberries
Start
and all
yourself.
of your, start quarantining yourselves.
Yeah.
Be
Absolutely.
pre-active instead of reactive. You
Right.
understand?
Right.
Prevent. So just, have your immune system take the things that you need to take to get your body right. Healthy, natural, or even if you got to use supplements or medicinal, to each his own. You know what I mean? So just prepare for it. Wash your hands, wash things like that. Just take better care of your hygiene. You know what I mean? And for the most part, if it's gonna happen, put it like this: if it's gonna happen on a mass and it's in the air and everybody's gonna get it, ain't nothing you're gonna be able to do about it.
Exactly.
You feel me? So it's
Don't
no need to
panic.
panic
Don't-
about it
don't
and having
panic,
it
man.
just
Don't panic.
adjust and
You know what I
continue
mean?
to, you know what I mean, take care of
Right.
your family and to do what you gotta do. And let's hope that this government has at least enough fucking sense to, you know what I mean, get this shit on top of it and get this shit over with. There was an article before you go in Canada where they were able to now isolate it, meaning take it outside of the body and have
Right.
it so they can study it
Right, yeah.
directly.
Yeah,
So with that known, and the fact that they made this shit, not Canada, but I'm talking about man-made, that is made, I'm pretty sure that they already have a cure, or they're gonna have a cure, or it's gonna vanish or go away at a point of their liking. We're just here for the ride. They have a mission, they got something that's going on with this thing. I hope it just vanishes, I really do. I hope that this time I'm wrong, but to me it feel like it's something going on. They just shut down schools. Sports is shut
Yeah,
down, like
that school
everything
thing,
else is
too.
going on.
The school thing, like yesterday, I picked up my daughter from school. The dean was outside, whatever, and I walked up to him. The first question that I had, like, yo, what's going on? So he said they definitely having school today, and then they were going to have an emergency meeting at some point today. And then she went to school, regular and irregular. In the middle of the after-school program, they called her mother.
Did they send her home with a packet?
I'm not sure because Nikhil picked her up today.
When I picked my kids up,
So,
they sent them home with a packet and everything saying, if the school get closed down, they're gonna have to go to school online. This is some of the work they're gonna have to do, keep up with the curriculum
Oh,
and things
yeah,
like that.
I'm
They got
not sure,
passwords and
yeah.
everything. So
I'm
they
not
kind
sure.
of knew it was coming, because
Oh, yeah,
when
they
I
were
picked them
paying
up,
it, yeah,
they said
were
it.
paying it, right.
So I took it like, okay, my kid's not going to school, and then I got the email. All right,
Right.
school's closed. This is what's going on,
Well,
which
my
makes it
school-
hard because now I got to talk to my kids. Like, you know what I mean? Like, shout out to those who got family that helped them and
Yeah,
stuff.
like,
But for
I'm
those
lucky
working
enough-
parents that use the
Yeah,
school as a
I'm-
babysitter, like, it's tough.
I'm fortunate enough to be able to, if need be, take her with me on whatever day she can't stay with her mother.
Right.
We're thinking about just simply maybe like driving her down to like South Carolina to be with her grandma for like the month because it's a
Right,
whole
right,
month.
right, right,
I mean,
right.
they don't come back to like after Easter.
Right.
So, I mean, but it
You
is
sure
what
you
it is.
check what's going on down there in South Carolina too? Like, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah,
How
for
they
sure.
reacting
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
for sure. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna put nobody knows.
But for those who
But-
saying that Corona's, like, y'all need to cut that shit out.
Yeah, man.
Y'all need to cut that shit. I put a picture, like, just for entertainment, like, oh, agree to disagree, the corona, meaning the virus, and people was like, oh, there's some people that really think the coronavirus is got to do with the beer. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
because they're fucking
I
idiots.
know in 2020 we are not that dumb.
No,
Like-
there is some
like-
people
like-
that don't.
And it is boggling. You know what
There
I'm saying?
is some people that are done. It's sad as it is to say, there are some people that are actually dead. Like I went to the supermarket today at Wegmans, and like everything is empty. Like
Yes.
you would think it's like
Yes,
fucking
Walmart,
Armageddon.
everything too.
Like I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like okay, I mean I understand. Like they told y'all to prepare to be home for like 2 weeks without leaving, not for like 2 years. What the fuck is wrong with you
Right.
people, yo?
Right.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like I said, and it goes back to the same thing. Another thing. I made joke about the toilet paper, but it's this whole thing is like almost as like a state of emergency, like when it snows real bad, right?
Mhm.
Now I get
Yeah, generators
No, but
and
hold on,
shit.
this is what I can't figure out. Y'all gotta help me out, please. Comment below, whatever. I need to fucking figure this shit out.
Okay.
I can understand when a snowstorm is coming. Water, eggs, milk, bread. Like, okay, we're gonna be home. Oh my God, we're not gonna be able to leave the house. Why the fuck? Every snowstorm, Home Depot sells out of shovels. Where the fuck is the shovel from the last snowstorm? Where's the shovel from the year last year? I mean, seriously. Home Depot sells out of shovels every fucking snowstorm. Every time it's supposed to snow like 6 inches. It's like, boom, no more shovels. Where the fuck are the shovels at?
with them. I have no fucking idea, man.
I swear I see the same motherfucking Home Depot every time on the news. The same dude holding the shovel. Like, motherfucker, where's your shovel from last year?
Disposable, man. I don't know what the fuck is going on, man.
I'm like, careful.
But yeah, this shit is crazy. But like I said, man, I think like I said, the virus itself, just protect yourselves. It ain't I'm not gonna say it ain't as serious, but just be cautious.
Yeah.
That's all. Just be cautious because we don't know what these people got planned. We don't know what's mysteriously in this shit. The people that is infected, we don't know what they're giving them to get rid of it, which might cause something later on. You know what I mean? So just be aware and just understand that this is all about, a lot of it has a lot to do with money control, capitalism. There's times where crisis happens, all the 1%ers know what stocks to keep. There was an ad when this happened in Asia. The Asia stocks, they were crashing. The Dow for Asia, it was on CNN, rose 500 points. Now, I'm not a real stock man. I'm going to learn and get into it because I understand it's important. But 500 points seems like a lot.
It's not. I mean, I don't know how their market is, but
Right.
500 points is like not really a lot.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
it's
it's
not
just
really
weird,
a lot.
like, what's going on? Is it
But
gonna
yo,
make a
but you know what the
crisis?
crazy thing? You know what? The stock market is crashing. You know the two stocks that like are not really crashing?
Weed and porn?
No. But Pornhub, if y'all have a stock, I'm sure that shit will go up.
You keep with Pornhub. Real quick,
Yeah.
Pornhub is old. That's
They're
not
like
the
new
shit
stuff.
of right now with
It's-
Pornhub.
it's-
There's other shit.
Is there?
There's
I need to find
Brazers,
out.
there's X
There's who?
videos, there's other stuff, and it's funny that I should know that, but Pornhub is what, 15 years ago.
I don't know. I fucking
I'm sure they're still in business and good. Shout out to Pornhub. I'm just
Yeah.
saying they need to
no,
rebrand and
what I
remarket.
was about
But
to say was
what stocks though?
Netflix.
Oh, Netflix is still up?
Yes, because people
everybody's
think
staying
that-
home.
People, everybody they think, oh my God, what are we gonna do? And then like all over Facebook, what Netflix show to watch? Motherfuckers, if y'all don't know what Netflix show to watch by now, Netflix has been out for like a gazillion years, okay? Alright, like what the fuck? Okay, by the way, Ozark, whatever the fuck you call it.
Ozark?
Ozark, that's what.
I've
yeah.
never watched it. I
Yo,
hear, but I never watched it.
You gotta watch it.
Is
Binge
it
watch that shit. Because
Is
that's
it
the new
good?
season.
Is it good?
It's
Is it
good.
Narcos good?
Yes.
Narcos good?
Yes.
Cause I'll binge watch this.
No,
Narcos.
I'm telling you, it's fucking. It's a
I'm
really
not.
good show.
Is
It's like-
it
it's like
realistic or is
Yes.
it that walk?
No,
See,
no.
I ain't a Walking Dead. Because I gotta watch it from the beginning.
no. It's about like it's
All
about
this non-believable.
no.
I don't know.
It's like about a white dude. Okay, like they live like somewhere in like the country, not the country, but like in like some secluded area or whatever. And like somehow he becomes like a fucking drunk kingpin.
Okay.
Okay, and it's like a really,
I think I've seen
really
the
good.
trailer, but
Like
I
it's like a really
long
good.
enough to
No,
get
like,
into it.
I think it's definitely top 5 for that.
All right, I get into it.
For sure.
Next topic. Sports is suspended.
Yeah.
As two sports fanatics, what the fuck are we gonna do?
Listen, man, I can't believe.
I was betting on hockey
Yes.
for a minute, and I can't even do that.
Yeah, we can't ban nothing. Hey, listen.
Like,
man,
what the fuck is going
I
on?
don't know what to do. It's crazy, you know. Like I always go by a force of habit to the score, or ESPN, or whatever.
Right.
to see
And all I keep just
to
seeing
see the
coronavirus
lines.
news, right?
And it's crazy to see it postpone, cancel. I mean, like you know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
I was knocking
That, like,
FanDuel upside his
that-
head too before they stopped, bro.
Was you?
I was hitting them, bro. I
Oh,
was
yeah?
hitting them. I was hitting
I guess we're gonna be playing fucking poker, try to make up for whatever we're not making on that.
I was hitting
Whatever
them.
we're not making on the sports betting. You know what I mean? What can we do? You know what I mean? Like I'm sitting there like I had
Got
my
a good
March
question for you,
Madness
too.
team fucking all picked out.
All right, we done went through the whatever Corona, what we feel. Let's real quick before we close out. What do you think is coming next as far as with this? Let's just take a wild guess. Let's just play mind reader. Let's play The Simpsons. We The Simpsons now. What do you think is coming next with this shit? Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
What I think is coming next?
Yes.
What I think is okay. I think that the person who lives in the White House still does not take it serious. I think he's still being denied. Okay? And in a country of 300 million people, I think that it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Specify. What do you mean?
I think that like more and more people are going to be infected by it.
All right, you think the infection is going
Okay?
to spread?
The infection is going to spread.
Okay.
I think that the only way that they're going to be able to contain it is the ground flights.
Do you think they're going to quarantine the world? Or at least our
I
country?
think that they're going to...
The U.S.?
I think they're going to
Because if it starts spreading, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But if it starts spreading more, if they start spreading more, then random people will just run around with it everywhere. How would they get it out of them if people don't want to go get tested? So with that, do you think they're going to quarantine us, everyone?
I think they're going to have to like implement, might have to, I don't think it will come to it, but I think they might have to implement martial law. Where, and they're just going to have
You know, your boy Obama signed that, right? NDAA martial law. He signed that into martial law. I'm not knocking it, I'm just saying it's steps. You know what I mean? To the plan.
I mean, but it's always been martial law. It's been martial law long before him and everything else.
Right.
He may have like re-signed or signed a new version of it.
Right.
I can't attest to what he signed because I honestly don't know.
Yeah. You can look it up though. It's ND because that was the first things I mentioned. It was NDAA martial law. And just real quick about it, what bothered me, because you understand, like terrorists go to Guantanamo Bay and they don't get the due process because when you're a terrorist, you don't get the process. Okay, so we understand that. But what I read about the NDAA martial law, this is what I was saying before in the episode. I ran through it, but let me just hone in on it. Basically, they wanted to sign martial law and also for people to be labeled terrorists, you know, if the martial law comes down. Now, the thing that was bothersome is the parameters of which they can label you a terrorist as. And when I seen it, it had things such as if your finger's cut off, you know, if you have a finger thing saying you're playing with bombs, like this is really what's in there. They could consider you a terrorist if they want to. You know what I mean? Things like that. You had connections with that. One of the things that really struck me, and you can look it up, it said if you have more than a month's worth of food in your house, that you could be considered a terrorist. Because and I think that is insane. So what they said is if you could be considered a terrorist, then you could be held without due process and things of that nature. There was a little cry about it saying, yo, these are American citizens. You can't do that to us. They amended it and said that the NDAA martial law was only for non-U.S. citizens, right? Within the same week, something happened on TV, mass people was watching. They created another law. I don't know the name of this one, you can look it up, but basically that goes with NDAA says we can strip your citizenship for such and such reasons. So this is what they did. So since we can't do U.S. citizens, we're going to put this law into place to strip your citizenship. So now the NDAA martial law will apply. And I think that's very, very pertinent, knowing that, especially what's coming, and if it can go to martial law, you know what I mean? That there's a whole process of New World Order or things of that nature going on. We don't know. All we can do is speculate, but this is where I be going with it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you just like, I mean, listen, like I said, I don't think it's to that effect. I think that I'm hoping that, you know, like, it's not going to get bad. I think that you know, I'm just hoping it doesn't get bad. I'm hoping it doesn't get bad.
If they do, let me just go. You told me what you thought, and I gave a little bit. But what I think is, just playing devil's advocate, I hope not. I hope I'm dead wrong. I hope this is all over. But for them to close the sports, for them to close the schools, I think it's coming up that work stoppage is coming next. People are going to have to stay home from work.
Yes.
I don't know how that's going to affect people as far as these jobs. Are they still going to pay for us to be home suspended because we still got bills to pay? I think bills and everything should be suspended. Yes. You know what I mean? Until this is over, being that this has never happened. But I think after that, hold on, let me finish. I think after the work jobs and stoppage, then they're going to start forcing people to get tested. People don't want to go voluntarily. They're going to start making everyone mandatorily have to go get tested, which I have a problem with, because not only are they taking blood from you, who knows what they're putting inside of you, and I think it's all going along with their plan, because they're making a whole bunch of noise over such, you know, not a death virus or whatever's going on. You know what I mean? I think like if Ebola or something else or that was just as deadly went crazy, then I would have more concern. But for this, for them to do that over this, I just think it's time planning. They say, yo, we gave those test runs, so we're gonna run the full scale map out now, and who knows where the fuck we're going. But I
I hope he's wrong.
I hope I'm
disagree
wrong.
with him. I disagree with that. I don't think it's that.
But I'm saying it
that
just
is
because
true.
if it does
But-
happen, I want people to be
but-
like, yo, that motherfucker was right.
To the point of what you said as far as suspending bills and stuff like that, the blueprint is already set in forth because of what's happening in Italy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But
So
will we
I
follow
think-
or will we be assholes
We'll see.
with Trump
Listen,
and try to do shit
we'll
different?
see. I mean,
you know?
like, listen, we'll see because you know, for example, I'll give you an example of the bullshit leadership of what he does. Okay.
We're about to close out.
So everybody is on their thing with like, you know, let's not shake hands, try to make contact, fist bumps, elbow each other, whatever the case may be. Now, how likely you are or unlikely you are to get it by shaking hands is a different question. But for him to be so much of an asshole and so defiant when he made a point to shake everybody's hand in that press conference today is a jackass move and something that is beneath the office to which he holds.
Right, and why do we let him hold it? This is the undertone of
You know
the
what I mean?
racism,
This
and the
is-
bullshit
like, you know what I
that
mean? Like,
America is
and-
built
and-
on.
and-
Because they
and
would
it's
not
like
have let
culture.
Obama do this
No,
shit.
hell no, man.
Like,
but like, I
come
mean, like, you know what I
on,
mean?
you
Like, I miss the days, and I'm not saying Obama was the greatest, okay,
Right.
or whatever the case may be, but I miss the day when I was at least comforted by the president.
decision.
I don't give a fuck
Right.
if it was 100% that you think conspiracy, bullshit, rhetoric, it's
Right.
all part of the plan, but at least he made me feel comfortable. This motherfucker does not make me feel
He
comfortable.
adds
For
to
him
the
to
plan.
be defiant, let me shake. Oh, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna shake everybody's hand, and then for him to take a shot. In a time, we're in a time of crisis. He declared a state of emergency in the entire country. For him to take a shot
That's
at
an asshole
Obama
move.
again,
But
today
with that
is bullshit.
said, we're about to close out, and I want to ruffle your feathers a little bit. With that said, as much as you hate him, I've been working on you and tagging you on some things about your boy Biden.
Yeah, and I listen, and I have.
Are you considering that, or are you just being completely like,
No.
oh, that's Obama's boy, I'm with him? I've been working on you, bro.
We're not gonna have enough time to get.
Yeah,
to
no.
We're not gonna have time.
Yeah,
to get
I'm
to
just,
it.
yeah. I'm just gonna say
I'll do it next week though. Like in the next episode, we'll leave with this. But okay, I'll say this.
Am I working on you at all?
Oh yeah, no, because I'm gonna tell you why. Because
No,
I have
it's not affecting your.
No. I'm
okay.
gonna tell you why. I'm
Okay.
gonna tell you why. Because I haven't begun to respond. I have the ammunition to respond, in which I can show you speeches and stuff that people have said about him and things that he has done.
What about what he said? He can, real quick before you go there, he can do 100 things right. If I got him on camera with 2 incidents doing things that are tremendous.
Yes, I'm not justifying what he did. I'm just saying that, like, you know, I think that like he, I don't know if I'm gonna say change is the right word, but like I think that he's a good dude. I think that he has a good heart. I think
The KKK people.
Okay, that's bullshit.
That picture is bullshit.
Yeah, it's fake. Absolutely, because it's Russian.
could be. I'm
It's
not gonna
Russian.
argue
It's
with
Russian
Russian.
propaganda. That's what they're doing.
Oh,
And this
right,
is
right,
and this is what they did back in 2016
Okay.
to make this
I'm not
fucking
gonna argue
jackass
a point. I don't
thing.
know for sure. I just
then,
throwing it
but
out
look,
there.
what I was gonna say was, and I don't know when to end with it.
And we're about to close
but
out.
look, the reason why he was dead.
Who?
I mean, like, as far as his campaign,
Who?
Joe Biden.
Okay.
Dead. He's done
Right.
after Iowa. Done after New Hampshire. Done after Nevada. And then came South Carolina. And South Carolina, and the reason why he is where he is right now is because he is receiving an overwhelming, like 70-80% of the African American vote.
No,
Yeah.
I gotta
I'm
see
telling
that.
you. You
I
go Google it.
Yo, if they are, listen, you
80%.
can vote who you want, but just research and make sure you're making a
Yo,
decision.
80%.
Because a lot, just okay.
80%.
I'm not gonna disagree, but
listen. Let me just finish my point. Let me
Okay,
finish my
okay.
point,
I'll
I'll just finish my point.
Absolutely.
Whether you agree
No,
with
no,
me
no, I got
or
you, I got you, I
whatever,
got you.
My point is, regardless of why they're voting for him, or if they shouldn't be voting for him, whatever the case may be, that's
It's
something
because
for
of
another
Trump.
different thing. The fact that they carried him, and now he went from someone who was, oh my God, he's gonna have to fucking step out and drop out of the fucking campaign, to he's going to win the nomination because people went out and voted. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
We'll get
into that in there, but let me just say this too while you're going with that. You said earlier at the beginning of the show, people say Corona beer. You want to take a sip of that? And Corona the beer.
Not light.
Not extra. This is extra, not light. And people are familiarizing this with the virus. Because we're in a society where a lot of people are dumbed down and it goes by name association, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Similar things is happening with the Biden thing. Because he was next to Obama.
Not next to.
His vice president, I'll say that. Now, you know you gotta play smart. Obama was a black president in the office. You need a white person that the people can be balanced with who's opposed him to play that game. I don't know Biden's connections, but I know he wrote the crime bill, and I don't like that. I seen the press conference when he was selling the crime bill, and I seen after that Hillary was calling us predators when they said it.
Yes.
He was calling us predators too. He was calling us predators too in the video. Joe Biden on the Senate with the crime bill.
Okay.
Now, unless he's had a change of heart, which don't even matter, but he didn't have a black agenda. But I don't like him either. Let me ask you this before you get into it. Just give me my little thing. Who's the independent that's the third option?
There is no option right now. There is no third option. Because
two-headed snake.
Because but
pick this or this.
but there's no
Who's
independent.
the independent?
There's no independent guy because they didn't run. Nobody ran. It's not like oh, there's independent. This guy they just dismissed him. Nobody ran. If somebody wants to run as an independent, for example, like there's a governor from Ohio, which honestly, like he's a Republican governor. He was a Republican governor that I would vote for because I think that he's like down to earth or whatever.
Right.
John Kasich, he could run as a governor. He could run as a
independent.
Right
Now's the year.
Mitt Romney,
run.
Mitt Romney.
You want the black vote?
Mitt Romney can run as an independent right now.
I think black votes are going to Biden
do
because of the Trump and the racial
yes.
rhetoric and things
but
like
if
that.
They are determined,
they're choosing. They're forced to choose this or shit.
This is what you gotta be careful
this or this.
This is what you gotta be careful with.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and I'm not saying that this happened in the Biden video. Right. I'm not saying that, okay?
Right.
But you have to be very careful because they are able to document videos right now in which it looks like the person is actually talking. They did it with
absolutely.
They did it with
they
Biden.
Can, they will, they have the technology.
They did it with Biden.
I agree.
Where he's speaking
and in order to run the country,
and they edited the fucking words or whatever, and he's like, yeah, I endorse Donald Trump to be the president. And like this shit was like got retweeted and it's all fake. And like the reason that when I noticed that fakeness happens is like a couple of years ago there was a YouTube video that was circling like the whole world. Okay, of like the Israeli Prime Minister and at the time Hillary Clinton was the Secretary of State. And they were able to docket, and YouTube ultimately took it down, but they were able to docket this video to such a degree where they were standing next to each other, like you and I are just sitting next to each other right now, and they were able to like edit the words where like, oh yeah, when we go out, like like for example, Netanyahu said we will look to restrict and have no civilian casualties, right. And then like they doctored the videos. We want mass civilian casualties. We want to kill women and children and stuff like that.
That's a good point.
Careful.
I like you bring that point up because you bring another layer to it.
Especially with all the fucking Russian propaganda because they are dying, regardless of what the fuck it is, they are dying for this puppet motherfucker to go another 4 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
I like that you bring that. That's why I'm going to respect it. I'd rather you bring that than to say, oh no, it's all bullshit. It's bullshit. This is this.
Listen,
you took the conspiracy thing to another level.
I went to 30 yards.
You think they won't? You in the red zone right now. You about to score. But hell yeah. You think they won't doctor some shit in order to get control of the country? Or whatever the fuck?
Exactly.
It's that important. So don't put them against them.
The same what I urge you, listen, I'm gonna do let's give each other a sort of homework assignment, okay?
Right.
Seriously. Okay? I'm gonna go after this show because I think the next show might be like we'll see what happens with this.
Right, we're gonna have to continue this, yeah, or the government is probably gonna be
We'll
on
see what
this.
happens over the next
We'll
week.
keep you guys in tune and posted.
But like in the next episode, we should leave with what's going on with the Biden. The homework assignment I give you is Google what he has done. Google the different people. I mean,
for black people or for minorities?
For yes, for
because that's what I care more about. Minorities.
Yeah, but speeches that he has given.
Fuck a
sort,
speech. I want to see action.
Sort of like atoning his sins, so to speak. Okay. Google it, and I'm gonna Google the other part, like the crime bill,
exactly what he said, and the character of what he showed.
Exactly.
And,
so I'm gonna Google. I'm gonna Google all that. Okay, and even like even if you want to go further up, okay, he was the leader when Anita Hill filed for sexual. She said that Clarence Thomas raped her.
Right.
Okay, so at the time, he was like the leader of the Senate Judiciary Committee or whatever the case may be, and he like made that woman go to hell because of whatever the case may be, and because he didn't really believe it or whatever the case may be, and then there's actually a movie with Olivia Pope, Kerry Washington. About it. Mm-hmm. Watch the movie. It's an HBO movie, very good movie. It details it like almost like a documentary to what happened.
So we're gonna that's the homework for me and him, and the homework for y'all too. Check Joe Biden out.
Yeah.
We know what Trump is about. We know what's going on. Check Joe Biden out.
Yeah, let me check.
Don't make it think just because everybody hates Trump, then, let's go vote for this one. Because between them two, if I had to vote, I might vote Trump over Biden a little bit. I don't know. Because I don't like no mass motherfucker that's be trying to do some crazy shit. I'd rather motherfucker that's just going off the cuff, but we'll see. I don't fuck with none of it, but
look, the dude, the leader is a big congressman or senator or whatever from South Carolina. Mm-hmm. And as soon as he endorsed Biden and spoke, I watched the speech, and I don't know how much BS or how much realness it is, but the continuous things that I hear from, I heard it from Obama, I heard it from that dude, I heard it from almost every single African American that has come out over the last month or so to endorse him. I know his heart. I know his heart. I know his heart. I know his heart. It's the continuous theme that they keep fucking saying. We'll Google it, we'll do the research, and we'll go from there. Agree to disagree. Thank you for checking us out. Episode 5.
Shy, we didn't fight this episode.
We and now congratulations, both of us have the coronavirus because I just shook his hand. We're fucked. Alright? So, yo, next week, if you see us in fucking helmet fucking suits or whatever the fuck they call them fucking suits, the show will go on. We will quarantine ourselves.
We're going to have it live from quarantine. We're going to be in a bubble. Even fucking Barkley will be there.
We're going to be in a bubble. Us and Barkley. We're going to be.
Sorry, y'all.